What's up, y'all? What is up, y'all? Pray that all is well. Pray that you guys have had an amazing day so far. A productive day, a lighthearted day, a joyful day. Our declaration on this broadcast this afternoon is pick it back up. Pick it back up. I'm going to say it again. Our declaration is pick it back up. I'm going to say it again. Pick it back up. Pick it back up. Pick it back up. That is going to be our declaration. Pick it back up. Yep. Pick it back up. I had a moment, today for me was one of those days where, yesterday I had made it up in my mind that I was going to get back on it, that I was going to make this week a productive week. And I think, honestly, when it revolves around a person's level of productivity, when it revolves around, the type of week we have, I think, our intentions play a role in it. And I think that so many of us have been in a season where, when you're going through, being under siege, like your intention, kind of is not the best intention. I know for me, like when I was going through everything for the past year and a half, my intentions honestly weren't on being productive, even though I wanted to be productive. My intentions were on, I guess I had no intentions. And so it's like I would go throughout every day. It's like I expected to struggle. And I know a lot of people, when you really think about it, like your level of intention going into a brand new day, a brand new month, a brand new week, for many of you, you can say the same, that like to a certain degree in the back of your mind, struggling, being depressed, being sad, having to endure things. For a lot of us, it has been in the back of our mind, entering into new months, entering into new days, entering into new months. And so entering into this week, I said I was going to be intentional about being productive, intentional about doing what I needed to do to move forward, doing what I needed to do to be in a better state of mind and a better state of being. And so I just finished working out. And of course, God would catch me right before, I shower and things like that. But I had a really great workout. And as I was coming home, the Lord began to deal with my heart. And he said, in order to see progress in any area that the enemy has tampered with, in any area that defeat has hit, in any area where you've been restless, where you've been weary, he said, the point, I pray that I'm making sense. He said, you got to be willing to pick it back up to see the progress. I'm going to say it again. He said, you've got to be willing to pick it back up to see the progress. And I believe that many people have been in a state of being where you've just not felt encouraged enough to pursue wholeheartedly the things that God has told you, the visions that he's given you. I think that so many people, from an emotional standpoint, you've just not been where you feel you needed to be to make, I guess, again, the progress that you want to make in certain areas. And the Lord told me that I needed to get on here to tell some of you guys to pick it back up. Pick it back up. Because every single barrier that was presenting itself, opposing you, the Lord says those barriers have now come down. And as many people pick back up the dreams, the visions that the Lord has given them, what many people will begin to see is that not only are you making progress, but you're surpassing your initial goal, that initial place that you thought you were going to get to. It's almost as if God is making up for the time lost, because I don't care what nobody says. When you're going through, it makes you feel like you've lost out on time. It makes you feel some sort of regret in some way, shape, or form. I know, at least for me, it made me feel like I could have done more, if that makes sense. More to get to a better place. But in all actuality, when we're going through, many of us, we're already giving our best. A lot of that energy goes to just trying to hold on to God. A lot of that energy goes towards just trying to make it to the next day, just trying to make it through. But the Lord says to tell you, pick it back up. The goals that you set for your business, pick it back up. Dream again. Pursue again. The vision God gave you, right? For your health. In any other area, the Lord is simply saying, pick it back up again. Pick it back up again. I'm going to say it again. Pick it back up again. Pick it back up again. It's like in that moment of me working out, like, of course, I'm not happy at the state of like where my health is. But today, my mindset wasn't so focused on how far I feel I let myself go. Today, my focus was on, this is what you got to do. If you want to see progress, this is what you've got to do. And I think when a person's mindset shifts over from that place of regret, that place of self-condemnation, it makes it easy for you to do whatever it is you got to do again. It makes it easy for you to pick certain things up. Because at the end of the day, when you think about the visions that God has given you, the strategies that you were once applying that maybe at one point they worked, but maybe in this past season, it was kind of hit and miss. What do I mean? Like, you see a little bit of progress and then you lose the gas. You lose some momentum, right? But when you really think about it, what other way do you have to accomplish what God has set for you? What other way? We can sit and we can complain about what we've had to go through, how what we went through made us feel. We can complain about 1,000,001 things. But at the end of the day, one thing that is set in stone is that if we don't make an effort, we won't see God move. I'm going to say it again. The thing that is set in stone, situations change, circumstances change, seasons shift. But one thing apart from God's faithfulness that is set in stone in whatever area you are believing for a move of God in is that effort is required. That's set in stone. At every single juncture, for every single thing that we're believing God for, we have to do our part. And so my question is, how long are you going to beat yourself up about the mistakes that you made? How long are you going to live life in regret? How long are you going to pity yourself? And I think that's a very valid thing to say, because a lot of times when we feel like we've missed out on time, like when we regret the progress that we didn't make, we sit and we have pity for ourselves. But when's the last time having pity on yourself got you closer to what God has for you? I'm going to say that again. When's the last time that pity, that self-condemnation got you any closer to getting out of that season? Life is tough. Some circumstances are hard. Some seasons make us feel like we are not going to be able to see the light of day when the season shifts. Right? But we can't let those things stop us from showing up. What God has shown me over the course of my life is that no matter what the season is, I've got to keep showing up. No matter how hard a circumstance is, I've got to keep showing up. Blessings to you, Natasha. So again, God is saying, pick it back up. You don't have no other options. I don't know if you guys have ever dealt with something where maybe the thing that God was asking you to pursue was just so very hard, so very rough, that you started looking for another option. You started looking for a plan B, a plan C. Y'all ever been there? Where you've been believing God for something for so long? What's up, y'all? And maybe it seems like nothing, right? Maybe it seems like nothing you did got you there. You ever look for a plan B? Anybody on here ever look for a plan B? And a lot of times what I found, because y'all know, I was looking for a plan B. I kid you not. Until God humbled me. And the way that he humbled me was showing me, listen, you've dedicated your life to me. There are no other plan Bs. There are no other plan Bs. And really what God was saying was, you have no choice but to show up. You got no choice but to apply the strategy. I was looking for jobs. I was over ministry. I was done. Do y'all hear me? You ever been done with something? I was done. And I can't tell y'all the amount of frustration, because it's like no job was showing up. No job was showing up. And after doing that a few times, what God was showing me was his plans are set in stone. His purposes for our lives are set in stone. Pick it back up. The promise. Pick it back up. The dream. Pick it back up. The goal. Pick it back up. The vision that God has given you for your life. Pick it back up. And again, I'm going to say this again, because I feel like some of y'all need to hear this. What other option do you have? I knew yesterday, okay, T, you can sit here. You can choose to enter into this week being sad, crying about it, pouting about it, beating yourself up. Or you can be intentional about how you pursue this week. And that was the revelation that God gave me. Your effort is something that it's what God needs to move. Your effort is backed up by faith. So what is it that you need to pick back up? For some of y'all, it's your health journey. Can I just be real? Some of y'all watching, you know that you've let your health go. You know that you haven't been disciplined. You know that health goal that you have, you're not closer. You're not anywhere near where you want to be. And maybe you say, Apostle, it's hard. I've had many setbacks. I've been discouraged in this area. But God is saying, pick it back up. Because the only way to see progress in this area is if effort is applied. Maybe it is a business. Maybe it's ministry. And maybe you say, Apostle, I've been trying, but I've been going through. I get so discouraged. Every time I pursue, I get pushed back. At the end of the day, when you know what God says is for you, when you know his plan and his purposes, or at least an idea of what he's called you to do, picking it back up is your only option. Even last week, even though I was hurting, Even though my heart was broken, even though I cried a few days, what y'all saw me doing was picking it back up. Because I knew, even though this hurts, even though I wasn't expecting this, I still have to give you effort, God. And that's all that God asks for, apart from our faith. He asks that we show it in our works, that we show it in what we do. And I think a lot of times, apart from the circumstances, apart from what the devil does, like a part of what hinders us from moving forward, a part of what adds to the self-condemnation, the pity, is our expectations. I know, like in the wilderness, I knew what God had called me to do. But I had expectations. Anybody ever had expectations? What do I mean by that? Whenever God would tell me something to do, I had an expectation of what was going to happen. Anybody ever had an expectation of what was going to happen? And so a lot of times in that season, God would say, do this, do that. And I would take it and run with it. I would let my imagination go to work, my expectations, and every single time I got let down. Every single time I got let down. Expectations fail us when they are premature. Expectations fail us when they try to tell God how to bless us. Expectations tell us. And honestly, when we have those expectations of trying to tell God how to bless us, how to respond to our obedience, it discourages us from wanting to go forward. And I wish that I would have learned this lesson back in 2015. To just obey because it was the right thing to do. To not take the instructions of God and then try to tell God how to respond to my obedience. He knew how to respond. That shirt business, pick it back up. That's for somebody. Those broadcasts that you know God told you to do. Come on. Pick it back up. That book that God told you to write. Who is it on here? You were in the process of writing a book. There are several. But there's one person in particularly that God is showing me. I mean, you had gone far with this book. You had reached out. I don't know if it's an editor that I'm seeing. You were almost at the publishing stage. And then something happened, delays happened, setbacks happened. I don't know if God began to expose people, but there's someone here. You were literally writing a book and you got far with it, but you did not finish. You didn't complete the process. Who are you? God is showing me it was something like a payment plan that you were working on. Who are you? Who are you? I need you to speak up. The Lord says to tell you, finish it. Finish it. The Lord says, finish it. Do it now. Don't wait until you feel the circumstances are favorable. For the Lord will favor you right where you are, Natasha. He will favor you. Yeah, He's talking to you. He'll favor you right where you are. Pick it back up. There's somebody else on here, candles. I don't know if that was something that you had it into an editor, but she became discouraged. I know I'm hearing God. She says she had it with an editor. It was a payment plan, correct? Because I see payment plans. I don't know if it was monthly, you paying this person, or every time it was monthly. I want to say you're paying this person on it. You need to go back and finish it. It may not be the same editor. It won't be the same editor. But the Lord says, go back and finish it. Go back and finish it. And I don't know if you even copyrighted it. But you need to copyright it. Go copyright it. But finish it. For the Lord says he will bless it. He'll bless it. He'll bless it. He'll bless it. The reason why you got discouraged was because you had a lot on your plate. It was so much going on. The financial aspect. Natasha getting in Natasha's head, like we all get in our heads sometimes. It ain't just you. We all get in our heads. But finish it. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. I see something else with candles. Who are you? Candles. Somebody else on here, you had a vision for candles. You do other things. But it was a thought. Candles was like a thought. I want to do like scents. Whoever you are, pick it back up again. Do the research. Just start. Start. Do the research. It starts there. Study. And then you go to doing what you need to do, building upon what you're learning. The t-shirt business needs to come back up too, Natasha. The Lord says the t-shirt business, pick that back up. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Natasha. You need to press them yourself. You need to print the shirts yourself. Before, I don't know, it was like a middleman before, right? The resources are out there. The shirts are not expensive. It's just about you doing the work. Pick it back up. You have a vinyl cutter. I don't know why God is showing me this, but it's like he's showing me you have so much. And I know you're into crafts because you've told me. But he's showing me all these things that you have. You have what you need. And the thing is, sometimes with the things that we're picking up, there is a such thing as jumping the gun. I've jumped the gun so many times, right? Where I'm ahead of God, right? And you know, the thing about it, when you get ahead of God, when you skip steps, it don't work. It don't work. It just falls into nothingness. But the Lord says, pick it back up. Some of y'all have ministry in your heart. But your current season, the previous season, it's clouded you from pursuing that. And ministry is different for people. Ministry is not always being confined into the four walls of the church. Ministry can be marketplace. It can be business ministry. Ministry is using the gifts and talents that God has given you, right? Using them for his glory. Stop sitting on your gifts. And it's like entering into this week, that was my mindset. God, I'm not sitting on my gifts no more. I bought this stuff for these candles. I got my shirts organized, right? And so I said, Lord, I'm going to be intentional. I'm going to start looking, right, to see what it is that I need to do. Pick it back up again. Pick it back up again. That's the broadcast. That is the broadcast. To those of you guys that need to sow, you can sow. Whether you're sowing via PayPal, whether you're sowing via the CashApp. Right now, my goal is around $5, maybe $3 to $5. I need to just get some water and to get some sweet potatoes, like a few sweet potatoes. That is all I need. I'm not concerned about gas. I'm not concerned about anything else. But right now, my goal is between $3 to $5, and it's just so I can get me a gallon of water, and so I can get me some sweet potatoes for tonight and tomorrow. That is my only that's my only need. That is it. And so if you need prayer for anything, prayer.thoughtsbyt@gmail.com is the way to go. If you're sowing into the goal, just label it paid in full or God is faithful, or you may feel led to label it food, because it's literally just water is $1, that jug is $1, and the sweet potatoes, I believe, are like 99 cents a pound. So it's between $3 to $5. Not gonna get too much, just enough for right now. And we just got it. And so that is it, man. That's it. If you're sowing seed into this word, just label it. Pick it back up. If I can find the courage to pick it back up, my health goals, ministry goals, so can you. So can you. So can you. So that is it. I love y'all. I'm rooting for you. So until next time, y'all.